This is Kelly Jones reporting live on the GBTC No More Box Tour. Today I have the privilege of sitting down with Believe Wireless Broadband. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure, I'm Paul Dowling, and I'm President and CEO.
Okay, can you tell me a little bit about Believe Wireless?
We were founded in 2002. This was an offshoot of another company that I had, where we had a data center downtown in Canton, and we had a ton of bandwidth there, had a few DS3s, and we had our office up in Towson, and we were running on DSL up here. And that was when the whole .com crash happened, and we went through about 4 DSL providers in a year, and that summer we were on strictly dial-up. So we were trying to do software updates to our servers over dial-up was extremely painful. And we were trying to figure out how could we get data from Baltimore up to Towson. So we realized that the easiest way to do that would be to make a wireless connection all the way up to do it, but it was going to be too expensive just to do it for us. So we decided to resell it along the way, and out of that, Believe Wireless was born.
Great. Is there anything new happening with the company? What have you been up to lately?
We basically really started focusing, we'd started out doing residential and commercial, and just recently we've just started focusing primarily on commercial internet and voice over IP phone service. We've been expanding our coverage area. We continue to grow. We just made a connection from Pimlico to Laurel Park for the racetracks there. And so we're expanding out as we keep growing, and customers that need bandwidth in all sorts of locations.
Are there any additional services that you offer?
Just between the voice over IP and the internet access is all we really do. That's our primary focus. Typically we work with other partners, and which is another reason why we like the GBTC, and what that brings to us is because that gives us a chance to, for instance, companies that do, for instance, cloud-based computing, they may need to get bandwidth from the customer to their data centers, and we can be the middleman for that. And it also helps us for our customers when they have other needs, we can refer them to those types of consultants that do those things.
Well, talking about the Baltimore technology community, is there anything in particular that you would like to see happen? Or
I guess one of the things that is, this region has a wealth of IT people. I think the problem that we have is that we don't all know what each other's doing. We may bump into people here and there, but you grab a business card, but you really don't have enough chance to understand what people do and understand their business and their models. One of the things I do like about the GBTC is it allows us to interact with these people in an ongoing manner so that we can understand what they do, we can understand, and they can understand what we do, and helps us grow stronger as a community where we can leverage each other's assets to grow our own businesses.
what lessons have you learned running a technology-based business in Baltimore?
I guess one of the things that's been the most interesting is that when we started back in 2002, the internet was really just getting started. We were really just getting going. And I don't think I realized how dependent we would become on the internet. I knew the internet was going to be an important function, but I guess mainly when we started out, I saw it mostly for web surfing. And now that we've got nearly all of our services out on the internet somewhere, whether it be just email or remote backups, cloud computing, all these types of things that are out on the internet that we're now connected to and we rely on, the internet now has become such an integral part of companies. It's just really taken over how companies operate today, whereas before phone was the main way people used to communicate, and now without the internet, your internet goes down for 5 minutes, it can almost shut an organization down. So one of the things I think we see the need for now is that not only do people need an internet connection, they also need a backup connection so that things like voice over IP, that if their internet goes down, their phone calls don't stop as well. So that's one of the things we've seen with the technology is that because people are becoming more and more reliant on it, they need to have as many options as they can, and that they're not stuck with a problem where one aspect of the internet goes down and it shuts down their entire organization.
Okay, Paul, can you explain what all of these radio or antennas are that you use for your company?
Sure. The first one here is a gigabit connection, so people that need gigabit speeds. Relatively short range. In this area, we probably wouldn't use it up to more than 2.5, 3 miles, depending. But this will give true fiber connectivity to somebody. We can throw one of these up in a week and have somebody, basically a fiber connection within a week, as long as they can see our network. We also do point-to-point links with these. So for instance, customers that want to connect 2 buildings and they're looking into leasing fiber, and the cost of that's going to be very, very high versus this is a one-time purchase, and then we'll have basically a fiber equivalent forever. We also use this equipment to connect our broadcast points, mainly in the downtown area. So that gives us our high-speed gigabit backbone downtown. And so this is the some of the fastest equipment we have, and it's also very quick to deploy. For longer range, we'll use some bigger antennas. This is FCC licensed gear, so usually we have to, it takes about 2 weeks to 3 months to install to get up and running. These can also do anywhere from 300 megabits up to a gigabit. It all depends, and we can do ranges. We can do ranges up to 20 miles with these for the most part. In some cases longer, but relatively, that's more for connecting tower locations because most people don't have 2 really tall buildings at a greater distance than that. Then for customer radios, this is the type of equipment we would use to connect some of our lower end customers. We can also use that equipment to connect customers that need, again, anywhere from 100 megabits up to a couple gigabits. This is what we would use for customers using, say, 20 megabits and below. And this has a range of up to 10 miles. And again, we can use this as also an affordable point-to-point solution where companies don't necessarily need a gigabit between buildings, but they may only need less than 100 megabits. This is something we can also use. One of the last things it is more of a small business radio. This is more like a cable or DSL type replacement. And this will do, we usually deliver up to 12 megabits with these. So this is the type of equipment that we install and we put up, and this is how we deliver the service to the customer.
Great. Thanks for sharing.
All right, thank you.